Welcome back to the Turnbuckle Tavern, and we're obviously not live from those studios. We're here live at Remarkable Wrestling, getting ready for better than the best two. Obviously, I'm joined by my two guests here, Gabriel Skye, the reigning, defending Remarkable champion. Of course, what's going on, guys?
Not much. What's going on?
Not much. Happy to have you guys in here. We're getting ready for Friday night. We're going to be here live in Deer Park, New York. Steel Cage Warzone. So let's start off right now. We're days away. Probably one of the biggest matches of your guys' career. All the titles on the line. What are you feeling right now?
Man, I'm just feeling impatient. This really feels like a big match, especially to mark 1 year of Remarkable. And there's a lot of animosity going into it. There's a lot of
Bad blood.
A lot of bad blood going into it. A lot of emotion going into it. It's going to be a big night, but this is going to be a war.
Yeah, and in Kono, obviously, we have other big matches. 30-man Rumble. We'll get into you because obviously targets you as well. And we also have the Women's Championship being crowned. We have 4 ladies getting in the ring. The newly crowned Women's Champion being crowned better than the best two. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that's another big milestone for Remarkable, especially, you know what I mean? Like, within the last year, we've introduced the world title, Riot, Tag, and now we got the women's. So everything is really coming to fruition. It's coming full circle.
So you mentioned animosity. We have, obviously, everything that went down at Sky's Limit. If you guys have been following on, you guys can catch the replay, IWTV. And see what happens.
Use code Remarkable when signing up.
Use code Remarkable. Check it out. But Ken Broadway stole your championship. I know you have it back in your possession, but He was sitting there posing with pictures with your title. How'd that make you feel? Because, I mean, obviously you guys have unfinished business, but seeing him take that title, pose for a picture, dude, disgusting.
I mean, honestly, it just pissed me off. You know what I mean? In my opinion, that championship, when I won that, what I sought out to do was prove that the very best should be able to fight for that championship. And if you got it, you earned it. He didn't earn it. He took it from me. So either way, I think Friday I need to get my lick back because I'm not going to stand for disrespecting my home, disrespect to my championship, and disrespect to my legacy. So honestly, I just want to put this to an end.
Dude, Steel Cage Warzone, if you guys know, it's in the spirit of the original War Games match, 1987, created by Dusty Rhodes. A lot of bad blood. Are you guys pulling any tape to watch this match to get ready for this bloodbath? I mean, Kono, I'll go to you for this.
I actually just watched like the 89 War Games match, and I just watched the latest War Games from Survivor Series. Just like watching it, getting like some ideas and stuff like that. But either way, I'm going to go all out. It's my birthday, so I need that birthday win.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, with the strategy set in place, obviously it is staggered. So 2 guys start, and obviously as time goes on, similar to an elimination match, but the match doesn't officially start until all 10 guys are in the ring. We don't know the order yet. We're going to get that decided on day.
I hope I'm first.
What's the strategy like, Gabe? So, like, if you're in there and you're waiting in the back, or you have to start from the beginning, what's the strategy so you can kind of weather the storm of fatigue?
I think my strategy is to just get as physical as possible. You know what I mean? I think it's just about staying conditioned. I've been trying to stay conditioned as much as I can. I always post about that on social media.
5-minute miles.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to stay in the best physical shape possible. But I think when it really comes down to the nitty gritty in there, you have to get as physical as you can. You know, you're surrounded by steel. There's nowhere for anybody to go. So that's what I'm aiming for. You know what I mean? I've been in matches where I've tasted my own blood, heard the sound of my own flesh ripping off my own body. I'm not scared. I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to win that match. Not just for me, but for my entire team. There's a whole story here between Above the Rest and the Miracle Generation. You know, it's strange bedfellows, you know what I mean? We have our own history with the Miracle Generation, going to war with them. So to be on the same team with them puts another kind of psyche in my mind. 'Cause it's like, okay, how do I get along with these guys to make sure that we get our win, that we also physically last throughout this entire match? Because it's going to be brutal.
Right.
It's going to be a war. There's not going to be any mercy shown to anybody. It doesn't matter what our history is, what we've been through together. This is personal now. So for me, it's just about getting as brutal, as physical, and as dirty as I have to be.
So you guys check it out, Better Than the Best 2, Friday night, live in Deer Park. You guys get your tickets at RemarkableWrestling.com. It's in my link tree at ACEFIELD Retro. Make sure you get them in advance because we don't know how many will be available at the door, but make sure you guys get them in advance. And Kono, we mentioned before, bad blood. There's no denying. I mean, the term Kono's kids gets passed around. You're mentored a lot of these guys that are in the ring with you. We watched Desmond pretty much turn his back on everybody and everything he's about. What is that like? I mean, obviously you're torn here. He's the guy that you watched and helped build his career and get him started. But he's on the other side of the ring doing things you probably can't agree with, right?
I don't agree with it, but I'm not necessarily mad. I love Desmond. I love Percy. I love all of them. And I know years ago I would have done the same exact thing. They're trying to make their name at my expense, Gabe's expense. You can't be mad at them. You can't fault them. I still love them. They're still my kids, but I might just have to give them a little ass whooping, show them some respect.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, brothers fight, and family, you've got to figure that out somehow.
I will say this. I don't know if you've ever been in a cage match, I've been in a cage match in this very building, the very same cage, and it was elimination. And let's just say I was the only person who survived.
Wow.
Necro Butcher.
So this has been going on with Dez for quite some time. If you guys have been following the Remarkable Wrestling lineage right now, Dez has been on, I guess the losing side of things. He was in the original Remarkable Championship tournament. He lost in the Riot Championship qualifier matches. So, and we saw the dissension building with obviously yourself and Tristan Ty, one half better than the best. And that was always boiling over. We saw it happen with Tristan and Desmond.
One half of above the rest.
Above the rest. Better than the best too, by the way. So one half of above the rest. But the issue that happened with Tristan and Dez now has stemmed over to you. You were kind of the middleman in between, but you have to have torn feelings. I mean, he obviously made his intentions clear. Now it's completely, he's on the other side of things, but I'm sure you have some feelings about it.
I mean, I have plenty of feelings about it because naturally, just because of our relationship and just coming up with the both of them, I'm stuck in the middle of them. So because of how personal their feud got, it kind of boiled over into our tag team match. And while, back in October, honestly, he didn't need to be out there. In my opinion, he didn't need to be out there. I appreciated the help, but he got involved and he didn't need to be. Yeah. There was bad blood between him and Tristan already. So for him to come out, get involved, I get it. You want to help us. You want to try and make good on what you had in the past, but it cost us. It cost me a win. I was undefeated. Listen, I get over things, fairly quickly, but it kind of stung. You know what I mean? I didn't expect it to come from my brother. And then the same night, for us to wrestle for that championship, I mean, it just doesn't add up, man. There's been dissension building within Desmond for months. So for him to come out and try and help us, you screw us over, and then in the main event, you want to fight me for the title, I don't get it. And then for him to also move on to the next show, take the title from Tristan, dude, the bad blood between you guys was settled in December. So for you to add insult into injury, there's a lot that I question. And there's a lot that Desmond's going to have to answer to me for. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for answers, and I need them.
And Marie, you mentioned Strange Bedfellows. You obviously, with Miracle Generation, this history with Above the Rest.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to have to put your differences aside just for this one night and fight the greater good, because it seems like it's about what's best for Remarkable Wrestling and everything that needs to go into the future of Remarkable Wrestling. A lot goes into this match where the future of the company goes, because all the championships are on the line. The Ride Championship was just crowned. We already have 2 champions. The Tag Team Championship on the line. Fight or Die giving their titles on the line. Maybe Miracle Generation get a hold of those if you guys have your way. And that world title, you're the only champion right now. So
plus if I win,
that's
absolutely
30.
Correct.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity.
We'll
get
into So let's break off for a sec. I want to talk about that. The graphic you posted Remarkable Wrestling, also on our personal accounts, about the upcoming school. Some details. I know that we don't have all the details yet, but I definitely want you to use this platform to talk about potentially new students and how they can reach out to you.
So the school is going to open up June 1st. It's going to be in Wisconsin.
I
got it right. Yeah. It's right next to St. James. It's a brand new building, 2,000 square feet. If you have any questions, reach out to me. It's affordable. I'm going to have the school open practically 24/7. First month, we're probably going to bring in a couple of people for seminars, which will be free for all students who are signed up. So you'll get probably 4 free seminars first month or 2. If you want to just come check it out, just come check out the seminar as well. I'll have info on that pretty soon. But it's going to open up June 1st. I can't wait. If you want to sign up, if you ever dreamed about being a wrestler, referee, manager, anything, man, I'd like to think my track history speaks for itself. I mean, but
I mean,
maybe,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you turned out. I mean, you turned out pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, no, I mean it's a big opportunity for a lot of people in the Long Island area, and just in the New York City area also. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of different avenues you can go in terms of wanting to start your professional wrestling career, but this is something completely new, and to be able to pass down that lineage of what you've learned onto us, and then what we've learned from you onto other people, it just keeps on building and building and building. We're in my opinion, we're building something special here at Remarkable. So if you really want to be a part of that and just explore something new and get your start in professional wrestling, I think this would be a really good opportunity for anybody right now.
Hell yeah. I mean, you guys, again, check it out, remarkablewrestling.com. You also can follow at remarkable_wrestling. Follow me at ACEFIELD RETRO. I do share all of the posts of Remarkable Wrestling. Let's get back into the 30-man Rumble. Obviously, you have your hands full in the match, Steel Cage Warzone, but your eye has to be on that 30-man Rumble, which, Kono, you're in. Either you're going to be number 1 or you're going to be number 30, depending on the outcome of the match.
I'm gonna be number 30.
You're going to be number 30.
Gotta be.
Because we're gonna win.
We have to. There's no other choice.
So you have, obviously, you're looking forward to facing that person at Danger Zone. You're not defending your title at Better Than the Best 2, but you could be facing this guy right here. We mentioned
Well, I mean,
before.
he's technically defending the title.
That's true. One-on-one matches, you've been saying. So completely in your control.
And then Danger Zone 2, it's gonna be me and him.
What's it going to be like to face Kono for the championship if he's able to get out of that 30-man Rumble?
I mean, I'm up for the challenge, student versus teacher, especially for the championship, and then the company that we've really built. I mean, to me, it would be an honor stepping there with my teacher.
What about you, man? This is, I mean, a huge deal. That belt is prestigious. One of the most prestigious championships in all of wrestling, not just independent wrestling. I mean, that title's been defended across different promotions. It's obviously been defended in Remarkable Wrestling. Guys like we're going to mention later on here with Jordan Oliver. We talk about
Hoovy, Davey Richards.
Those guys have all added to your resume.
Thank you.
So
he's beaten them all too.
And you've beaten them all. And one guy we're going to be talking about, Ken Broadway, he's on your list. I feel like you have to beat him one-on-one. No matter what happens to Steel Cage Warzone, you're gunning for him, right?
I'm gunning for that because we have a rivalry that's stemmed multiple promotions over the last few years, and I think that our next match will definitely be our biggest for sure.
I mean, I'd beat Ken Broadway too, but he's not going to be the champion. So
no, he's not.
So the 30-man Rumble, I mean, those are opportunities for guys that potentially are relatively unknown to the Remarkable fans. Is there anyone you guys are circling we have announcements, obviously the graphics have been posted, all 30 guys are announced. Anyone you're looking forward to maybe breaking out and surprising fans that could really make their mark by winning this match or just having a good showing?
As far as breaking out, I think there's a lot of talent that's in it that is really good and like untapped. Are they going to win? No. But a lot of like House of Glory guys are in the match. And like House of Glory, I love House of Glory. Awesome school.
Yep.
If you're in Queens, check them out. It's not a knock or anything. That's just, if you're in the Queens area, go to House of Glory.
Sure. Yeah.
They are the best school in the area.
For sure.
A lot of like House of Glory guys are in the match, and I'm really looking forward to like getting in the ring with a lot of them. I think Michael Fain is awesome.
Yeah.
Raheem Royal. Jay Bougie. He's gonna be in there. He's not from House of Glory, but he's gonna be in there.
Yeah, Jersey kid.
He's been making a name for himself. I think he's a New York guy.
Oh, is
yeah, New York.
I think he mostly wrestles in Jersey.
My apologies, JB.
Like Jay Vera's been around.
Yeah.
Brian Starr's coming back.
Yeah.
Fabio Caruso. I don't really want to be in the ring with him because he might kill me.
And this all depends on where these guys draw too. Like the other thing, we don't know the numbers. We only know
that's a good
1
thing
and
because
30.
I'm definitely going to get number 30.
So you'll be well rested and ready to go.
I'll only have like 3 or 4 people in there.
It's easy to just throw them out.
To
The
the
last
side.
entrant,
And then possibly be Gabe.
So we're approaching
We'll
the 1 year anniversary of Remarkable Wrestling. So this journey got started almost a year ago to the day, right? We're about a few weeks away from that.
March 5th was the first show.
Yep.
What can you say about the growth, Conan? And you've been here for the whole thing as well, so speak to this as well about the journey and what you've seen throughout Remarkable Wrestling, the difference that you guys have made to professional wrestling and the progress you guys have seen.
I truly think that Sorry. I truly think that it is the best company in New York. And I'm not just saying that because whatever, I'm biased or anything. I think we put on the best shows in New York, like bar none.
Yeah.
The talent is awesome. Could it be better? Yeah, but I think it's better than any other show in New York. And I'm just so dedicated to it. Like the amount of work that I have to put into it is just ridiculous. And sometimes these shows are not profitable,
Right.
but still, I'm still there, just chipping away, trying to get something. The amount of work, my wife absolutely hates me because I will go home from my shoot job and I will just be on a computer or my phone, just planning away multiple things. And I sometimes neglect my wife, my kids, and everything because I'm so passionate about just the company that I'm just like so proud, and I'm so proud of like all my students and everything like that. Like I think they are by far the best fucking wrestlers in the world. I tell them all the time that they are fucking awesome, and I truly mean it. They are fucking awesome.
Damn, thank you. Yeah, I mean, pretty much what he said. It's just been a really incredible journey to really look back at it from the start up until now. Because I remember even thinking like when it first started, I was like, this has so much potential to grow. You know what I mean? To really be a home for independent wrestling in New York. And I really think that that's something that I really think that's something that New York has needed. You know what I mean? Like when you look back in the '90s, you had ECW. In the early 2000s, you had ICW and ROH, and same thing in the 2010s. But I think that for for that to continue to prosper, and especially with how many roots like New York wrestling has just in the independent scene as a whole, like I think Remarkable can really be that. So to see it grow from show one up until now at Better Than Best too, there's a whole line of growth. You know what I mean? We've had multiple performers come in and out of here, and you know, like the guys we've named before, you know, to have matches with guys like ACH and Davey Richards and one of my best opponents, Jordan Oliver. To have that match under the Remarkable umbrella to me is important because it shows that this is a place for the best wrestling in New York. And I agree with him. You know what I mean? I think that when it comes to wrestling, I think Remarkable is the best right now. Because then you've got guys like Desmond, you've got guys like Tristan, guys that are busting their ass that have been here since day one, that have been making a name now, not just here, but outside of Remarkable.
Yeah.
We go to places like Beyond Wrestling or GCW, JCW, Unsanctioned Pro, Limitless Wrestling, and we come back and we bring that same fanfare to Remarkable Wrestling. It only helps the product. You know what I mean? And I really think that's a big goal of mine as well, is to just continue to make the scene bigger and better than what it's ever been. You know what I mean? I think especially for this generation, it's super important. So, you know, all of your guys' support really means a lot to us because we're really building something big here, and I hope that people can look back on it for years to come.
I don't mean to like divert, but like just I plan the plan for Remarkable is to starting late 2023 to run weekly New York State commissioned wrestling shows.
That's breaking news here, guys. Right
And
there.
That's big.
I'm almost
That is
100% positive that this is going to happen. And it's going to be the first weekly New York wrestling show.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just more history. It's just more history being made. You know, it's big.
So you guys can be a part of that too. Like we said before, you go to remarkablewrestling.com. You have a dream about being a pro wrestler. You can be a part of that and get started immediately. I mean, this is going to be happening in the very near future, in the upcoming months.
June 1st.
It's awesome. June 1st, you guys check that out. So we have upcoming shows. Obviously, we want to have the lineage of Remarkable Wrestling continue. Cream of the Crop is coming up. Danger Zone 2 is coming up. Any early plans for what people can expect? Obviously, good matches, but anything that you want to tease a little bit?
I am 100% going to wrestle Chris Sabin.
Hell yeah.
Since I started wrestling and even before, my dream opponent has always been Chris Sabin. And I am going to do whatever it is I have to do to wrestle Chris Sabin in 2023.
I want to see that match.
Me too.
Me,
honestly.
it's just somebody watching. Like I want to watch that match.
He's very active right now. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no reason you can't. Chris Sabin, if you're watching this, please come out here and wrestle Kono Cappuccia. He wants to take it to you. Let's do it.
I would like to do a Macho Man Randy Savage Legacy Cup.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Bring in some people. There was communication with Lenny Poffo before he tragically passed away about that. I have spoken to Jay Lethal. Maybe we could bring some Gorgeous George in, some Macho people from Macho Man's past. I don't know. I just think Macho Man is the greatest wrestler ever, and
Yeah.
it'd be a great to honor him. Like an 8-man tournament one night. Someone wins the cup.
That'd be fantastic.
Awesome.
So, Lucha Rumble too. This happened last summer. Is that your plan to bring that back, or is that a one-off at Lucha?
Well, I think that's a one-off.
It's a
Yeah,
one-off?
I think that's a one-off.
Yeah. So you guys were part of that show. If you guys saw it, Melville, you guys can catch
Zack Ryder's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. Hit me over the head with the belt.
So we've mentioned some
I
crossover.
could curse here, right?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Yeah. We mentioned some crossover potential about doing. You mentioned other companies that are around New York and in other states. Obviously, any plans about doing some crossover promotion with other promotions in the future, or just maybe putting it out there that you may want to do that?
I wouldn't mind to. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I want everyone who runs wrestling shows in Long Island or New York in general to be successful. I've changed dates around based solely on them already having a show that day because I didn't want some talent that I was using or they were using to like have to make a decision on like, oh, do I do Remarkable? Do I do this? Do that?
Right.
So like that. Plus, like if 2 shows are running the same day, you're splitting an audience. So I've always tried to work together with everyone just so everyone's happy. Everyone makes money. Everyone puts on a show.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind. Team Remarkable versus NYWC. Team Remarkable versus
Awesome.
VPW. I mean, they're going to lose either way. I mean,
So Kono mentioned Dream Opponent being Chris Sabin. You've wrestled a lot of Dream Opponents. I mean, just last year and this year alone. Talk about Juventud Guerrero most recently. How Soon Is Now, Queens. Anyone else on that list that you want to cross off?
I mean,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
one of them's Kono. No, I mean, I think that match is bound to happen. I think that match is definitely bound to happen, especially after, years of, just the last learning from him and, evolving from our last match. But I think there is one dream opponent that I do want to throw out there. And God knows if it's possible. But my dream opponent is Bryan Danielson. That's the match that I'm chasing. So, especially from what we're building here, what I've a lot of the guys that I've tried to model myself after, if you look at my kind of style, a lot of that is derived from those guys from the early 2000s that really put independent wrestling on the map. And to me, I think Bryan Danielson is probably the greatest independent wrestler of all time. So that's the match that I want.
It would be fantastic. And AEW is willing to be progressive with how they think about things and potentially have AEW guys be able to work dates. So we've seen obviously Eddie Kingston working indie dates, John Moxley working indie dates continuing. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. And obviously, other places as well, but we hope it happens in Remarkable Wrestling. I mean, it'd be amazing.
I think that would be huge. I think there's a huge market for crossover potential right there.
Who else you got besides Bryan Danielson?
Ooh, man. Well, if you look back a few years ago when we announced the first Remarkable Wrestling show, there was another dream match that I had in mind. And he's somebody that I think people consider the king of New York. In my mind, he's a legend. I think in a lot of people, Homicide.
All right.
It's another
little
big
known
dream
fact.
match.
I don't know if you're probably not aware of this, but pre-COVID, we were supposed to run our first show February 29th,
Wow.
2020, and COVID kind of screwed up all the plans.
Right before everything shut down, yeah.
So that didn't happen. It took like almost 2 years. Year? 2 years? When did we run?
Yeah, like 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years. 2022.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years to come back. So but originally it was supposed to be Gabriel Skye
Versus Homicide.
Homicide.
First time ever. Yeah. It's another big
But
dream match.
I'm sure that
so.
match is going to happen soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. And let's go back to the women's championship for a sec. Let's mention the ladies that were in that match: Tina San Antonio, Clara Carreras, Christina Marie, and we also have
Vicious Vicky.
Vicious Vicky
Yep.
as well. Fatal four-way for the women's championship. You mentioned what it means to have them here, but I guess let's talk about their contributions to women's wrestling and wrestling at large. If you want to speak to either one of these.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tina San Antonio, I think at this point is a veteran of independent wrestling
I think
just
she's been
as a
wrestling
whole.
like 15 years.
She's training as well too, right?
Yep, she's
Yeah.
been around for a long time and had some incredible matches here at NYWC and just in the Northeast in general. Christina Marie, same thing as well. She's really made a big name for herself.
I think she's gonna win.
I think she's definitely one of the favorites. Respectfully, definitely one of the favorites. I think to win this match, and but all four of them. You know what I mean?
Who
Same
else
thing
is in
with
the
Clara. Clara's been making a name for herself at
I
Wrestling
think Clara's
Open.
gonna win.
He's covering himself. He's covering all the bets right now. Placing a parlay with all four of them.
It's same thing with Vicky. You know what I mean? I know.
I think she's gonna win though. Actually,
You think so?
Vicky, I think Vicky's gonna win.
She's won a lot of championships over the last few years. I think
She's
another
probably won more championships than anyone else.
really in
I
that
would
match.
think, right?
She was just on AEW Dark, I think a month ago or so. So she was just
Oh
over there.
yeah. So all four of them, I think, definitely have a case to win. But I think just like we say here, you just got to be better than the best. So whoever is better than the best in that match is going to be the first women's champion to make history.
We saw, I mean, obviously women have been a part of the promotion, they're across all different matches, and
Yeah.
they've been part of the Riot Championship qualifiers and involved all different things. But what's the importance of having a women's division here as a staple? I mean, it's something you wanted to do probably for a while, and now you're going to have a champion. What does that mean to you?
To be fully transparent, the idea behind Remarkable was always to do intergender matches. It's just very hard, and especially in New York, the commission makes it almost impossible
Interesting.
because I don't know, just the New York State Athletic Commission makes wrestling very expensive, very hard to run, which is why most people run in Jersey. But the main original idea behind Remarkable was to have almost every single match be intergender, with the exception of like one or two on the show. It just wasn't possible at the time, and I really wanted to get the girls on the show.
Yeah.
Which is why I included them into the Riot matches and stuff like that. And I think we've had girls on every show. I don't know. I have a daughter. I have two daughters, and they sit there and watch wrestling, and it is like, I don't know, just to know that like my daughter might one day want to be a wrestler, and she might want like win a title. Like, it's just awesome to me. Like as a father, like I would want nothing more than for her to be able to have something. In
Great.
fact, it's personal, but I think I did show you before.
Yeah.
The title, the first person to put this title around their waist was, in fact, my daughter.
Awesome picture.
So,
That's awesome.
so whoever wins is going to be technically the second champion.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But my daughter is gunning for you.
Yeah. Give her a couple of years, and she's be coming for you guys. So. Let's bring it back to Ken Broadway for a second. We talked about your battles across different promotions, and you guys have been doing battle for what seems to be over the course of a couple of years at this point.
Yeah.
Steel Cage Warzone, it's not going to be the finale. But what do you think the type of match it will take to finally put an end to this feud where you guys can just bury it? What's more gnarly than a steel cage? But is there something that you have in mind that you want Ken Broadway to have a decisive finish with him?
Man, I think there's a bunch of different avenues we can go
Iron
about
Man.
this. Iron Man
2 out
match.
of 3 falls.
2 out of 3 falls. I mean, when you really look at the record between us, Ken won our first match in GCW and on the VXS show, Fight Forever. He won again in Invictus. I got my win back at Pro Wrestling Magic, but the last time that we were in this building, there was a tie. Technically, I definitely think that I need my win back in this match. So whatever it is, I know that I need to get vengeance for myself. You know what I mean? And again, not just for my home, not just for my championship, but for me as a wrestler, for me as a person. You know what I mean? If you can't respect what I do, then I'm just going to have to beat it out of you. That's what I'm going to have to do to Ken Broadway, regardless of there being a steel cage. There's still another match that I'm waiting for, and that's that one-on-one with Ken Broadway, because the things the way that ended last time, it's not what the fans wanted. It's not what I wanted, and I know it's not what he wanted. So whatever it is, when we get that match, one-on-one, for the Remarkable Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, it'll be us one-on-one.
You think it shows a level of insecurity that he stole your title, or is it just like trying to play mind games with you?
Mind games.
Yeah, I definitely think I definitely think it's a little bit of both. You know what I mean? I know he wants to be the favorite in this series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you really look at us, I mean, we're two kids that came up in New York. You know what I mean? Both, represented different brands at one point in our
Right.
careers. You know what I mean? Came up parallel to each other on the scene, but like I said before, man, like you just got to be better than the best. You got to work hard. You got to bust your ass. You got to earn it. He didn't earn that championship, and if he wants it, he's gonna have to take it from me. Not the way that he did last time. He's gonna have to win, and I know that he can't beat me. Not this time. Not when it counts. That's when it's most important.
And Kona, you said obviously you would have done the same thing years back that Desmond did, cashing in on Tristan Tye to win the Riot Championship. But you kind of have to look at that a little bit with a side eye because you know how talented he is. He doesn't need to do something like that. Are you looking at that and being like, obviously he's a champion, but there has to be an asterisk in your mind because he could have done it without beating up a guy who just went through a war. Let's be honest, you guys went through a war, and Desmond came out fresh, and he took advantage.
To a degree. I mean, listen, years ago, I was dirty, disgusting bastard who would have done anything.
Some would say toxic too.
Toxic.
Some would say that.
Ooh, nice. I don't know. I used to cheat every match. And listen, as long as you're winning, you're winning. So I mean, it's hard to be mad at him, and I get it. He could have done it without cheating. He could have just cashed in on a match, not after we wrestled for 30 minutes, but
Doors and ladders and.
I mean, I can't really be mad at him. I understand it. I don't know. It's hard because I love him. I love Tristan. It's just two brothers fighting each other. And I said it inside the ring. I told him, like, as soon as he cashed in, I said, "What are you doing? That's your brother." But, I mean, I don't know. It's hard, but I would have done the same as I think.
We don't have Tristan here with Stephen. Obviously, you're the closest thing speaking for him. You guys know each other like the back of your hand.
Yeah.
One of the best tag teams above the rest.
Thank you.
In all of wrestling.
The best.
What is he saying about this? Obviously, he has to be hurt, but also confused as to what the hell is going on with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same reaction as me. Just shocked, and I know that right now he is pissed off more than he's ever been. You know what I mean? This thing, again, when you look at the history of Remarkable over 1 year, this has been an ongoing thing since the very first show.
Yeah.
Between him and Desmond, and I know that the beef was squashed in December. The beef was squashed. They went their separate ways. Desmond wanted to earn a championship match, and Tristan was ready to go into that ladder match in in January. And for this to happen, he took his moment from him.
Yeah.
He took his moment from him. Now, not only is he shocked, he's just, he's seeing red. I know he feels the same exact rage that I feel when we step into that cage on Friday. I know that, that war is just going to speak for itself.
And a lot of side stories too. Obviously, we didn't touch on Miracle Generation a lot in this match, but they have an unclaimed, defense that they could have about possibly being the rightful tag team champions. They went through that tournament just like anybody else.
Yeah.
So their eyes are on the prize. And what do you think they're thinking at this point, Conan? What do those tag titles you think mean to Miracle Generation? They've been tag champions across different promotions, but this is something they've circled for. They wanted them since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard. Miracle Generation, I think, holds like 5 titles right now.
Right.
They are the best young tag team. I think they're better, but I'm also biased.
Right.
But it's crazy, like looking at their progress that they've made in just like 2 years.
Yeah.
They're all over and killing it, and they realistically should be the tag champions. And I'm sure, well, they're gonna be tag champs because
after we beat their asses on Friday,
But I don't know. I feel like they should have been champs. I don't know. I don't know what Percy was thinking.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I don't blame him for getting involved. He was a little mad that They helped with his head getting shaved, which he rightfully deserved.
He did.
I should have done more. I should have just completely made him bald.
Yeah,
He would have looked nice bald.
We didn't even touch on Percy Ryan. Obviously, the jawline professional wrestling is playing a large part in this. And let's make it clear, there's a lot on the line in this match. 1-30 is a huge deal. All the championships on the line.
Percy's the worst.
Oh, dude, what an asshole. Comes around doing
What a
this thing
piece
with
of
his
shit.
intern. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Kidding me.
poor Jesse. Actually not.
I don't feel bad for either of them.
Jesse, oh, man.
So if you guys are saying you're going to win, so let's play that off for a second. Is there a chance that Percy Ryan can last endurance-wise, fatigue-wise, till the whole match from number 1? Is he a guy?
No way.
Ah, man, I don't know.
Just putting it out there. I mean, there's a possibility, right?
I mean,
there's a chance he might not even make it into the match.
That's true.
Yeah, no. No.
I mean, look at what he has to resort to. You know what I mean? He comes out with this unpaid intern. He's constantly doing some dirty bullshit. Excuse my language.
No.
And then, he wants to get involved in this whole feud. Now he wants blood. You know what I mean? Blood wants blood, and blood's gonna get blood. So
I would like his intern to just hit him with the tripod, boom, in the back.
You think?
yeah,
I'm hoping Jesse is number 2.
There's only so much guy can take. He gets beaten down by Percy, so
I
maybe
hope.
he's at the end of the day had enough. But he seems has an undying love for the jawline of professional wrestling.
My wife wouldn't mind if I had my own intern too. Maybe I'd be able to spend more time with her and the kids. So Jesse, if you ever want an unpaid internship,
College credits,
I might,
potentially, with Remarkable Wrestling.
I might be able to help you out.
Yeah.
So, Cono, you've been doing this for 15 plus years, and you've seen a lot of wrestling.
Yes.
And we've just talked about Remarkable Wrestling, what's being built here. But this is your chance. What is the reason people need to come out and see this live and in person, Deer Park, Steel Cage Warzone, that they have to see? What would they be missing if they don't come?
I think it's going to be an amazing show. And like I said earlier, I think Remarkable Wrestling puts on the best wrestling shows in New York, like the best. And that's not to shit on other companies, but I just truly think it's best wrestling in New York. Listen, the tickets are cheap. I think $25. Come with your family, enjoy wrestling. It's not going to be anything crazy. New York doesn't allow certain things.
Crazy.
You can do
Yeah,
cage,
still gonna
but,
get crazy.
I would love to do like a death match, but it's New York is not
Get in the car for Jersey again.
yeah, we could drive to Jersey.
Right over the turnpike.
We could do a remarkable Jersey show, but New York is where my
Yeah.
heart
Home.
lies.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Gabe?
I mean, to touch on what you said, I really do think, I agree with that. Remarkable Wrestling has been putting on some of the best, bar none, best wrestling shows in New York and Long Island area, especially, when it comes to in-ring, when it comes to production, when it comes to the talent that comes in and out of this company. I don't think you're going to really find that anywhere else right now. You know what I mean? That's, again, like one of my goals was to help establish this as a hub for independent wrestling. So to make that, a thing here is really important to me. And I think that Better Than the Best 2 is going to be, I think, match wise, stipulation wise, production wise, this is our biggest show. And again, it's 1 year of Remarkable Wrestling, one of many, many to come. I think that if you don't come to the show and you're a wrestling fan, you're in the area, I think you might be missing out. It's going to be history made on Friday night. And if you're watching from somewhere else in the world, you can watch on IWTV. Use code Remarkable.
Yep.
This is a big show, big show, big fight feel.
And guys, Better Than the Best 2 is going to be one of the biggest shows of the year, if not the biggest right now. Steel Cage Warzone, a 30-man over-the-top rope battle royal, with the winner getting a shot at Danger Zone 2. Of course, the first ever women's champion being crowned. So you do not want to miss it. Yeah. Gabe, I'll give you one of the last opportunities.
I don't know if this has been mentioned, but for anyone who is planning on coming, the show will start at 8 o'clock on the dot, and we are going to start with the steel cage.
Wow, that's big news here.
Yep.
So
starting off hot. That's how we do it.
That is big news. So you guys get in the door quick. Get here at 7. Buy some merch, hang out, grab some food, get ready for the show to start, and we're going to be starting off hot with a cage match. But Gabe, obviously, like we mentioned, your eye has to be on the 30-man Rumble for Danger Zone 2. What are some words that you have for anybody targeting the Strong Spirit going forward, whether it be for your Remarkable Championship or anything else? What do you have?
You
to
might
say
as well
to
look
them?
at me when you say
Well,
that. Just look at me.
well, I mean, first I
Just
want to
look at me,
say
Gabe.
good luck to Kono. He's my favorite to win. You know, biased or unbiased, he's my favorite to win. You know, I think we've talked about it a lot.
Look at him. Look at me. Look at me.
The entire time.
Yeah, the whole time. I mean,
He's the heart and soul of Remarkable Wrestling. I think without him, obviously there is no Remarkable Wrestling.
It says it on
So
the trading card too. By the way.
yeah, it's
Pick up your trading cards live and in person.
Yep, there you go. That's another thing we've got going on. The trading cards. I hope everybody picks those up. I think he's my favorite to win, but theoretically, not saying that you won't win, because I think you'll win.
like a fantasy world.
In a fantasy world, if there's somebody else that were to win, I hope that they're doing their best tape study on me, on the championship, what I've been through, what I've done to get to this point. Because if you win that match and you think they're just gonna walk into this title opportunity and take it from me, I don't think you're thinking realistically enough. I don't think you're working hard enough. I think that if you win this match, you go to Danger Zone or wherever we have this championship match, I hope that they're just ready to face a Strong Spirit. Because I'm not backing down.
I'm ready, Gabe. I'm ready.
I'm ready, Kono.
You guys can make sure to follow Remarkable Wrestling on Instagram and Twitter. Remarkable_Wrestling. I'll include all the tags in there. Make sure you guys follow everything Remarkable Wrestling. Like we mentioned to the school, go to remarkablewrestling.com. You guys can get all the news you need for it. The trading cards have been selling like everywhere we go, and everyone's been selling a great amount of it. And look forward to the next batch of them coming out. We got some new releases coming out. So if you want to pick them up, make sure you guys are checking out all the Instagram and the socials to find out exactly when they're coming out. You have to collect them all, because if you miss one, they may not be back out. So when you're here on
they're
Friday
not
night,
be back out.
make sure you pick them out and get some of the guys to sign it if they're available. I mean, if they're not dead from the Steel Cage Warzone,
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be able to pick it up.
Absolutely. Please, if you come and find me at a show at Remarkable or anywhere else I'm at, I'll come and sign it for you. And yeah, please just keep supporting us, guys, because we're building something special here, and it's just about being remarkable.
Kono, any parting words before we head out and we'll get ready for the
No, I just want to thank everyone for the support last year. All my guys. I mean, like I say it all the time, I think they're fucking amazing, and I think they're the best. I don't know. I just want to thank them. Thank all the fans who bought tickets and came out to see us. I don't know. I get kind of emotional when it comes to the company, because I just spend so much time on it.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I love it. I feel like my whole day revolves around wrestling. Whether it's my wife making shirts, me bothering her, me just going online and trying to contact people. It's just, I don't know. I just pride myself on it.
Yeah.
And I want it to be the most successful thing in the world, and I know eventually it will. Even I think it's the best wrestling, but I know eventually everyone's gonna realize that it's the best wrestling in New York.
Yeah.
100%.
So, and if you want to join the school, reach out to the Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page, wherever, or you can message me personally. I'll give you all the info. It's cheap. It's going to be cheaper than any other school in New York. Plus, I think it's worth it. It's going to have 24-hour access to it.
Can't beat that, guys.
Yeah, you're really not going to be able to find that anywhere else.
And just to remind you guys, well, one of these days I'm going to have both you guys on. Tell your full career stories. I want to talk all about the Justin Toxic days.
What's that?
I don't know, but I want to talk about it with you. We'll
hear that guy.
maybe show off some of your collection too. I mean, you have one of the best wrestling collections I've ever seen in my life, so I'd love to talk about that stuff as well. And then Gabe, I would love to talk about all the stuff going on.
You ever seen Gabe's collection?
What do you got? What do you collect, Gabe?
I actually like collecting Marvel, DC stuff.
Nice.
I'm a big comic book guy. I've got a lot of comics and
Very cool.
Superhero memorabilia at home. So that's a little bit about me. I know I don't open up too much about that online, but
well, that's part 2. So we'll get on the digital StreamYard. Gabe and I will talk all about the Marvel
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
And we'll talk about Kono with this mystery Justin Toxic and his hair and all the other stuff going on. But I want to thank you guys for doing this. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Working with you guys, and I look forward to Friday, and I know you guys will kill it. So make sure you guys get the tickets in advance, buy them in advance, and then come here and say hi. Pick up some of these trading cards, buy some merch, buy those posters too. They're signed by everybody. They're one of a kind. Once they're gone, they're gone. So make sure you guys are here buying everything and supporting independent wrestling. That's what it's all about. So I want to thank you guys for joining, and we'll catch you next time.
The sky, boy.